Yeah.
We're back.
Still juicing. Still smoothing it up.
As we're known to do.
So.
We were watching some drama just now, child.
Girl. Reality TV is my drug. Ooh, look at them bags. Girl.
I am not even going to focus on mine right now because even with concealer, you can tell I'm tired. It's rough.
I'm getting these new wrinkles right here now.
I have them. The little
I don't know
smile line.
I don't smile them.
I think they're. I mean, I think mine are genetic because my mom has them
I
too.
don't know.
I think that's just the way my face
like you
is.
can see them.
I think it's also the way our cheeks are set up because you can tell like that's
I
just.
just need some tape.
Just like.
Get these chins up. And we'll be okay.
Look like a Superman.
You know, like that stupid TikTok trend. It was like, raise your eyebrows, smile, but don't smile.
It was
That's
like
your model face.
I was like, smile.
Don't smile.
And they all look like this.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
girl.
not for me at all.
No, because I have crazy face if I do that.
So,
Really deranged
I guess
stuff
we
like
can
that.
talk about some witchy stuff finally.
I suppose like it is.
What do you want to
it
talk
is
about
time.
witchy?
It is time for that.
Just
basic things.
basic things. Okay. Cleansing
suppose.
your space and home. Open your fucking windows
Open your
when
door,
you're smudging.
when you're sweeping at your house,
Because
sweep
you
that
want
shit
that
outside.
funky shit to go outside, not just waft in your home. That defeats the fucking point. Don't do that.
If
Like,
you're gonna do a floor sweep, sweep that shit out your house, or sweep it into a dustpan and dispose of it.
Don't-
Obviously,
yeah, put it
don't just like
outside.
sweep around the filth.
And another thing, like
House.
a lot of witches, like they want to have their own like broom, besom, besom. When you get one of those, like either you make it or whatever,
I know how to make theirs.
that broom is
Similar.
not actually supposed to sweep up your floor. You're supposed to sweep with a regular broom, get all the dust and shit, and then you hover above the ground and you sweep the energies out with your broom, besom,
So, in any sort of cleansing, you do the cleaning part, like for filth and dirt and grime, first.
Do that like a normal person.
And then you do the spiritual stuff after the fact. Unless you're doing, like if you're doing like a simple wash where like you just put like vinegar or Florida water in your like Clorox or your Fabuloso or whatever, then that makes sense. I love that.
I do.
But even then you might want to still go up behind and do something. But like don't
Please
don't just
open
be-
your windows. And if you
Don't
are
just be mobbing it
sweeping
around.
things out, like you're supposed to sweep it out a back door. If you don't have a back door, I get that. But like, there's a method to this shit. And
Yeah.
people just do it all willy-nilly and like, well, it's my craft. You can't tell me how to do it. But some things are
right, but if
right
you're
the wrong
sweeping up the
way.
Cheerios with your cinnamon broom,
Right. What are you doing?
it's not just a misuse, but it's like a waste.
Yeah, don't do that.
Of the material because it's like it's not what it.
And just because you buy sage at Whole Foods doesn't make you a witch. I'm just gonna
Also, stop
disclaimer-
buying sage at fucking Whole Foods.
Disclaimer. Like, don't do that. Stop being a basic bitch.
There's so much stuff that you could use to cleanse your house. I like.
Meanwhile, you can tell
Use
that
a
I'm
white
drunk because
sage.
now I'm a judgy witch. Like, ugh, you buy your sage at
There's a
fucking
lot
Whole
of
Foods?
herbs and plants and medicinals that you can use that are not white sage, which is highly endangered. And like, you're not supposed to be buying it like that anyway.
No, you're not.
It's like an exchange, like it's like spiritual medicine. You can't just go to Walmart and buy it in bulk.
No.
No,
That's stupid.
stop.
Don't do that.
Okay.
What else? Rosemary is good for just about everything. As well as lavender, as well as a white candle, as well as, what else? Quartz, amethyst.
Yeah, those are things that are good.
These are all
for
your
things.
basic
Salt.
things. Basic
Salt
things.
is good for
Yeah,
all things. Bay leaves are good
I
for
would
all things,
prefer,
and they are both available in the
I would
grocery
prefer
store.
some like deep sea salt, but like table salt.
I love sea salt because I think if it comes from the ocean, it's like super good.
Yeah, but like
Shit.
if you got some fucking Mortons,
Baby, pour the
Use
Mortons.
it. Use
If
it.
you got bay leaves sitting in your pantry, use it.
do it. I mean,
Literally, you don't need 20 things. Obviously, it would make it better if you had more things,
Yeah.
but you don't need a whole grocery list.
like I have a
of
whole
stuff.
bunch of shit over here. Half of it I don't use.
I have a lot of stuff that I use in other things, but like at the end of the day, if I need real fast to go cleanse my ass,
Yeah.
It's sea salt.
It's
and some bay leaves and a little bit of oil.
Don't make it harder than what it needs to be. Like, it's very simple.
I think that's what trips a lot of people up, though, because they think that in order to do this, they have to do all the things
to spend
and
a whole
get
bunch
all
of
the
money
things and follow all the tutorials and do all that. And it's like
don't.
literally get you some basics: salt, bay leaves,
a white candle at the Dollar Tree.
vinegar, it could be tea lights, baby.
You get a birthday candle.
You think a tea light isn't gonna do anything? It is. I use tea lights all the time.
Use a birthday candle.
Literally, whatever you have.
Whatever sets fire. Do it. Go outside and find a feather on the ground that a bird dropped. I don't fucking know. You don't need
burning bay leaves.
You don't need a lot
cleansing,
of stuff.
manifestation, anything. There's so much available to you outside.
And the basic stuff's also good for like people who are still living like at home and their parents are like real weird or they're like super Christian and whatever and you're like still in the broom closet.
Exactly. Which is why getting the simple stuff is so much easier.
You can hide shit in plain sight and nobody would even think twice. They just think you're dirty. Why the fuck she got all these rocks in here? I like them.
I like them.
That one wanted to come
Herbs
home.
and plants and stuff, you can use a lot of the same stuff that you would use for like food. Salt and bay leaves.
Yeah.
Do your family not season?
Cloves, black pepper.
Literally cinnamon. Oh, cinnamon.
Cinnamon's good for everything.
Cinnamon's good for everything.
It's really good for abundance and wealth and stuff
It also
like that.
speeds stuff up. That and coffee. Listen, it gives you extra these are things that you can literally use in your house right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
And nobody would even blink an eye towards it.
No one would know.
But I mean, if you're into other shit.
And knowledge comes.
I just keep looking at all my shit over here. Like, you don't need to buy a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, God damn, it's
we
growing.
have the resources to be able to expand things because obviously, you know, as you get up in there, you realize that like certain things you're gonna need for other stuff, like it serves a specific purpose and it helps things happen a lot better. But if you don't have that,
you don't need it.
You won't die.
Have something for every element. Get a bowl of water, a bowl of salt, some dirt. A candle for some fire, you know, air,
literally.
blow on it.
Smoke counts as air.
Yeah, you know, do it.
And
Spirit
then
yourself.
In terms of like your ancestor altar, you don't like liquor obviously and food helps, but like water.
When you break a dollar and you get some change in your pocket, put it on your altar. Give it to them. Let them have some.
Make sure you change their water out. Make sure the water is nice and cold. Make sure it's in their own specific
Make sure
area.
the liquor doesn't get mold in it. That's why I don't like putting wine in my cup because it molds.
It gets so fast.
I just do rum.
I love rum because it stays for a minute.
Yeah.
You keep it there. You check on them and stuff like that. But you don't got to do a whole bunch of stuff, especially if you don't have the space or the family situation or the money. There's, you know, I know a lot of people who are homeless who just carry around like salt and bay leaves and a tea candle and a picture of their dead folks.
Just in a pocket.
That's what they do.
Go outside. Put your hands in the dirt. Your dirt. Not just any dirt. I don't know what people spray their lawns with and stuff. Like, your dirt. Do your dirt.
Your personal dirt. Your own filth.
That raises another thing. Don't just be walking through fucking graveyards putting dirt in a jar. You need to ask, you need to be heard, and you need to be well received, and then you need to thank them. I got some from fucking...
Cause like, what are y'all doing out here?
I got graveyard dirt from Colonial Park in Savannah, like one of the most haunted fucking cities in Georgia.
Motherfucking
and let me tell you, I didn't just walk up in there and take some shit. I sat.
Even in nature, when you're foraging for some, you can't just snatch it
up. You need to think.
You need to ask
first.
You need to be told yes.
And you need to be grateful.
You can't
Don't
just
be selfish.
If you ask your mom for $5, you're not just gonna reach in her bag and take it out her purse. You're gonna wait for her to say yes, and you're gonna say thank you when you take it. You can't do that. And even if you get told yes, don't take more than what you went there for.
Definitely not.
You went there for a scoop of dirt. You got told yes for a scoop of dirt. Do not take 15 jars home.
Right.
Because now you're taking liberties, and that's not gonna go well for you.
Definitely not. They're gonna come
when
get
you leave
that ass.
offerings, don't be stupid. Don't be leaving fucking plastic. Leave offerings that are, first of all, well received by the earth. Like biodegradable is better. Things that can be buried and not harm the plant life. Like, don't be dumping shit in the river, please. Don't dump shit in the ocean.
Especially it's a natural water source for other animals.
Practicing religions that are very derived off ancestor veneration and like communing with your outside and like respecting the
people,
the spirit,
the things.
you know what I mean, the spirit and the things in the natural world, then you should be very upset if you've littered
That's
trying
why I
to
don't
leave an
like seeing
offering.
those stupid fucking videos on Facebook of people finding jars and they open them. Why? Why are you doing that? Don't open
I
that.
find a
Don't
jar, I
open-
won't even
Why?
look at it too long.
Leave it where it was.
I
Stop
find
picking
people's
shit up.
work and I don't even look at it too long because it.
Stop.
Did
Like
you
I don't
see
like
it?
people who
I didn't
post.
see it.
I don't like people who post on Facebook their spell work. I feel like it's not working if 8,000 people seen it. That's supposed to be between you and your people
If you post something
in your home.
after the fact and you want to share your testimony or whatever, that's different. But like, don't just be like, "Here's this candle I just lit."
Here's my altar. Why? That is my sacred
A lot of
space.
you think that, you know, your friends are your friends, but as we all know, sometimes the eyes that
haters.
watch you, are haters. And so you gotta be careful. Just because you think y'all cool like that don't mean nothing. Even if you are, like, girl, keep something to yourself.
Keep
Your
your shit to
ancestors
you.
don't necessarily want to be on camera.
Right.
Be respectful.
And leave that fucking shit where you found it.
Please.
Stop finding jars and wondering what the fuck is in it. And
Being
opening
nosy,
it.
talking about, I wonder what this is for.
This was in a house built in 1817. Why the fuck
And then
are
a lot of you
opening
get
it?
on,
That shit
and
was
then a lot
the
of you get on
plague.
Facebook and Instagram and lie. And so
That's
you
why
try
we got
to,
corona.
I
Y'all
talked to
done
my
ate open too
spirits
much
and they
shit.
said it was okay. Your spirits did not say it was okay.
We in a pandemic because somebody opened a fucking jar.
No spirit in their right mind's like, yeah, pick up that jar. You should do that.
You just keep walking. Don't even look at it.
I glance and I'm
You
gone.
see something?
I didn't see it. Okay?
Don't open
I
it,
didn't
don't
see
touch
it.
it, don't look it, don't relocate it, nothing. Leave
Listen.
it where it lies because you going to be lying next to it if you keep fucking with it.
No.
And I'm not
don't
the
even
one.
understand like the need for people to touch things that don't belong to them.
It's like, oh, I heard this place is really haunted, blah, blah, we should go check it out and see what we can find. Why? Leave it
I don't
be.
listen. If something is haunted, I don't want to go there and find anything.
Leave it alone.
I don't want to find shit in a haunted place.
No.
Because you want to know.
Let something start
You want to
running.
know. You want to know what I don't want to find.
I tell you what
the
you
shit
won't
that's
find.
haunting the place.
I tell you what you won't find. Me. I'll be going.
Oh, you won't. As soon as you
No.
suggest that kind of a trip,
The
I'm leaving the
second
group
I
chat.
see something scuttle to the side of me, I'm
And
running.
I'm real sensitive about shit like that. If
Don't
I hear
fucking
a rustle,
No, don't
if I
scuttle
see a
past,
shadow person,
especially a child.
the thing is, and this is why you gotta travel with people that know you, because I won't even say anything. I'll be like, ooh,
I'm leaving.
and as soon as you hear, ooh, you better know that I'm turning in the other direction, because I won't. It's not a
left.
scary movie. I'm not gonna make it
happened?
down the hallway to where we meet Slender Man.
What happened to KFB? She's gone.
She's gone. You're gonna hear, oh, and then you're gonna
Especially-
turn around.
Especially if it's children. Oh, like I will roundhouse kick a child. I don't give a fuck.
It's a child or an animal noise.
No, tiny little people. Nope, kicking them and running.
No.
No,
A dog?
I will-
Ain't no dog on these grounds. Why is there a dog following
I
us?
will
Whose dog is
punch
that? You don't have a dog?
when
Why
I
is there a
tell
dog
you.
here? Because the dog is haunting this. Get
I
out
tell
of
you,
here!
I will punt a motherfucker down a hallway. I'm not
But the
playing.
thing is, and this is because I will never willingly go on no haunted
Oh no, we're not
ghost
doing that.
tour.
I went on
but
a
if
ghost
I, but that's different. I'm saying
With a
like
group of people.
When, exactly. When
was
someone's
led
like,
by
let's
somebody.
go in the middle of the night.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
No,
We
but
went-
if I accidentally find myself in a situation with some dumbasses that think that that's what they're gonna do,
Me.
as soon as I know that that's what's happening, stop the car.
I need to
Let
go
me
home.
off right here so that I can Uber my ass
My
to
mom
civilization.
said I had to go home.
My
I don't
mom
live
called.
with my mom.
called and said I left the oven on. I gotta go. I gotta go. I didn't do my chores. I gotta go.
Yeah, no, fuck that shit. We went on a ghost tour in Savannah. We went to
No,
the
as soon as
midnight
I know
one.
some fuck shit, my spidey senses go.
We went to
and
the
I'm
one.
off.
We went to the midnight one in Savannah. It was super dope. And we walked past that big cathedral, and the girl was like, "Yeah, there's a cat. It never comes out. We always hear it." And all I went was, "Here, kitty, kitty," and he came running. And I was like, "Oh, I'm like, you can't whisper." But then something touched me, and it wasn't Michael. And I was like, "We need to go right now." Like they don't want me touching the mound. We were like in the square where like they hung a little girl for like killing her abuser. They hung her, and they were like, you know, like don't walk under a tree, don't touch a tree. And, you know, Michael's like, He's like, I'm gonna touch the fucking tree. And I'm like, oh my god, now I gotta touch the tree. So he like touches it and he's like, I don't feel nothing, and walks away. And I'm like just stuck, like standing in front of this tree, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna touch you. And I walked away, and again something like pulled. I was like, we have to go because I don't feel safe anymore. Because he thinks he's a blocker. He thinks that he's like that type of person who can't see or hear things that aren't there, whatever.
Men always think that it doesn't affect them.
It doesn't affect him until
and
that
then
night.
Their house is haunted, and they like have no explanation for it. It's like, bitch.
But now he's got alien ghosts in his hotel room at work, and he's like, when you coming, I need you to like sage or something because I don't like it here anymore.
It's because you're picking up all that shit.
It's because, but you're a blocker. But like, I don't know. But thankfully for me.
Never think you're immune to the spirit shit. You're never immune, baby.
Thankfully for me, he doesn't think I'm a fucking psychopath when I'm like, do you see that or did you hear that?
Right.
He's not weird about it. And like, he sat there and like held me when I'm like dry heaving crying because there's something just staring at me.
Yeah.
He can't see it, but he believes, like, he's like, babe, you're okay. Like, I got you. Nothing's gonna happen. But like, when this fucking crouched fucking black figure is just this close to my face, just like leering at me with this big grin on its face, I'm freaking the fuck out, and he's just like, it's okay. And I'm fucking crying. Just like, you have to see it. Please, somebody else see it. And he's like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't, but I believe you. And we'll just move the room. Come on, let's go in the living room. And I'm like, you need to get it out. I love my bed. You need to get it out.
Yeah.
I don't want it there. But I'm lucked up with that type of person who's like, I may not see it, but if you do, then fuck.
It's that corner of the eye shit, like the peripheral shit.
Oh no, this bitch is right in my face all the time.
No, for me it's like, I'll be in my room by myself, and I promise you, it'll be like a full body. And I'm just like...
And that's when I start clapping.
I'm like, not today. I open my door to my room, and I be keeping that shit closed because I like to be naked. But I'm like, hey, so for real? Like, not now.
You don't pay no bills, you don't pay no rent.
Please.
You need to get the fuck
like,
on.
first of all, I have anxiety. So, like, you can't be doing shit like that. But second of all, especially at night, don't try to pay me no visit at 12 a.m. Do that shit at 3 p.m. I'll still be not with the shit, but I'll be better prepared.
I'll be better. The sun's
Don't
out.
do that shit at 3 o'clock. Especially don't do that at 3 o'clock. Because I'll be like, see.
That's what she calls me, like, can I come back? Like the other week.
Yo,
like,
because
I'm
I was 100% convinced that there was a serial killer, like a serial murderer,
just
in my house. It didn't matter what. I literally was in the corner of my bathroom, like, watching. Because, like, this is in the corner of my bathroom, and then this is the door. I'm just, like, watching. I'm like, he's going to pop up.
This is a terrible spot to be. You're in a corner.
No, there was a door behind me.
Oh.
It was Jack and Jill.
Oh, yeah.
So there's two doors. So I'm by the other door.
Girl, that's
and
a
I'm looking
spot.
in my room, because I'm like, that's one with the light on. So if he's going to pop up, he's going to come in there, because that's where he thinks the person is. And I was like, he's going to come. And as soon as he does, I'm backing up out this fucking door. And I'm dipping. Because that was the door closest to the stairs. So I was like, he's going to be too far away. I'm going to fly. I'm going to, like, Superman! Fucking Naruto running down the steps, because you got me fucked up.
I will not.
I won't.
Yeah, no. I remember who did I call? I called Michael.
I'd be scared, y'all.
I called Michael one night and told him that I had seen something in my room and I got real heavy in the chest and started like heaving and stuff. I called Michael. He was at work. Poor thing. I called him like 6 times. I left him a voicemail. Like, if you come home and I'm dead, just know I didn't kill myself. Like, something is not right.
Something happened.
I don't like it here. Blah blah. But yeah, like, there's shit all through this house, and I fucking hate it. But like, I've gotten used to it now, and I just like ring my bells and I clap my hands and I yell shit at them. My neighbors think I'm insane. It's fine.
I know my parents are sick of my shit because I be talking in the middle of the night, like 2 a.m. I'm like, all right. Not now.
This is what we're doing.
Please.
Shit just starts falling out of my altar, and I'm like, okay, cool. You didn't want it there? That's fine.
What are you doing?
That's my stuff, but
these are my belongings.
Please don't touch them. Please.
Oh, today I heard a weird noise because me and my brother's closet are like share a wall, so I thought something was in the closet, but then like I heard him in my parents' room.
Got squirrels.
So bitch. So I looked back at my closet and I was like, no. No. No.
I'm not gonna do it.
Not. I
Not today.
can't.
I don't have the
I
time.
can't. I can deal with the dead people that are my dead people.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with other people's dead
I
people.
can deal with the dead people that are like guiding me. I can deal even maybe with dead people that need me to do something, I guess. That isn't above my pay grade, but like don't just be dead and hanging around.
Yeah, no, please don't. I don't. Boobies are.
Listen.
Sorry. I'm trying to make sure this is PG friendly. Make sure nothing falls out, even though I'm dropping F-bombs and shit. Fuck.
We don't want to get demonetized because
and I don't have COVID. I've just been yelling because I was like cackling at this fucking show we were watching.
God.
And now my throat is raw.
You were having a fucking ball.
Anywho.
Yeah. I'm comfortable with dead people as long as it's not unknown fucking random entities. I need to know.
I need to know that you were once a person.
I need to, not even just that, because you could have been a serial killer. I need to know that you and me are like on the same page.
As long as I ain't bothering you, you ain't bothering me.
If me and you are here and we're like, I'm not gonna bother you, you won't bother me.
Yeah.
But don't just be in my crib.
Just fucking shit up.
Because I might have anxiety, but you're getting banished. I don't do that.
I'll leave you some pizza, but you can't be knocking my shit over.
You can't. Don't touch my things, please. I don't think it's cute. Stop.
You don't be old.
Don't be whispering in my ear, because that's another thing that I don't like. If I hear a voice, I'm like, no, it's not my fucking family.
Yeah.
Don't. Please don't talk to me.
I'm not a really chatty person. I don't want to have this
It's cool if you just give me like an inkling in my mind, but once you start speaking that shit out loud, I'm like,
right.
Because it'd just be a whisper, and sometimes I can't make it out, and I'm just like, see, I can't. You can't just be whispering random shit in my ear. I'm afraid now. But don't be afraid of dead people or dead things. Spirits are like everywhere,
most
dog.
Most of the time, like they've been here before you. They're
Period.
Comfortable. And
most of them are really not even trying to fuck with you.
Like they're kind of like they can't enter your body unless you really allow them to. Like if you don't acknowledge them, you're good.
And the ones that are gonna try to forcibly hurt you, like those are, I guess, I don't want to say few and far between because they're. Be careful. Keep yourself guarded.
Yeah,
do your protection.
It's just not gonna
but
happen.
Don't be afraid that you're gonna get possessed every day because that's like not likely. It's not likely. As long as you're on top of your own shit.
Yeah.
When you start feeling spiritually funky, definitely cleanse and do protections.
Yeah. Take a bath.
Keep your protections up. Talk to your ancestors. Make sure they are fed and shit, so that they can beat some ass.
Right. They need their nutrients.
You know, because if they
need
see some
electrolytes.
shit, they're gonna help you out. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is two people with anxiety who have to deal with the spirit world, and we're just like
all day. All day long. I've dealt with the same three fucking spirits since I was like fucking 7. It's annoying.
It's very
but it's
stressful.
whatever. I've learned to live with them. But it's cool.
But don't get caught up in the like needing to have the same gifts as everybody.
Yeah, no. That's crazy. Because for a long time, like I said in my other video that I uploaded, like I got diagnosed as schizophrenic. And I allowed somebody just because they had a degree tell me something about me that wasn't true. Just because I see and hear stuff that you can't see and hear doesn't mean I'm a schizophrenic. I'm not in my blinds at 3 a.m. thinking the government's coming. Like, I'm not a paranoid schizophrenic. But I don't want to say clairvoyant, but like, like I see shit. I see shit and I hear shit that a lot of other people don't. But like, that doesn't... You know, I shouldn't be labeled as schizophrenic, but whatever. If you believe I'm a schizophrenic, then stay the fuck away from me. If you want to know if you got some shit in your house,
in terms
hit
of
me
schizophrenia, there's like different kinds of delusions, but like,
yeah, I have a schizoaffective disorder.
To say that someone who practices other spiritualities that they are like imagining, but like someone who believes in you know the church and is like, I saw a miracle of God. Like, you're not gonna say that to them,
right? I was also in the middle of Birmingham, Alabama.
They're gonna say that you've seen a miracle and that Jesus is speaking to you. They're not gonna tell you that you're crazy. So it's like kind of hard. It's like, well, where's the line?
See shit? I was like, yeah.
Where's the line?
They're like, yeah. Let's
now, when the voices are becoming so maladaptive that you're afraid to live in your own space and you're afraid to be alone,
I
because they're
suggest
gonna
you go
come
see
and
somebody.
get you and hurt you, or they're telling you to do things.
Yeah, I would go see a doctor then.
When
Like
when it affects you to the point where it disrupts you and it's maladaptive, meaning it's harmful, like it's not.
Yeah, you're not living your best
Go
life.
and seek help. But we're saying we see here shit and it's like, oh, it's just
It's just Bobby.
fucking ghost.
It's just Bobby.
Shut the fuck up. It's 4 a.m.
Get your shit together, Greg.
The hell are you doing, Susan? That's different. Cause they just be causing a goddamn racket. Like, I know time isn't real, but like, bitch, I'm trying to sleep.
Right.
And I can't sleep if I have anxiety.
You can be doing all this shit while I'm awake cleaning, but you want to wait till I'm comfy and snugged up in my bed.
I'm just about to fall asleep and I hear Russell. I'm like, well, now I can't sleep. So, so here we are. No, I don't like that shit. But definitely, if it's affecting your like daily life, and
Yeah.
you're like terrified all the time
Yeah, I would
because you're
definitely
seeing.
seek professional help.
Please go see somebody.
And not just
Don't make us.
Disclaimer: if you don't
There's
feel
a
safe,
line.
if you don't feel safe, definitely go see a doctor.
There's a line because even with us, 'cause we got a lot of stuff going on up here. We know when it's like, oh, that's not.
Yeah, that's not it. That's something new.
That's not the spirit world. That's something else. I don't like
It's so
that.
shiny and new. It's a new fucking mental
But I think-
disorder. Well, that's new. I didn't know I had that
I
one.
didn't know I had that superpower.
So yeah, I'm definitely. I don't feel like I'm schizophrenic. Bipolar, yes. Schizophrenic, no. A victim of PTSD, definitely.
Oh, absolutely. Real bad.
But other than that, no. Like.
But that also, like, spirituality, you have to get in tune with yourself. You have to know your own limits and your own problems, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta know you.
You
Get
gotta
in touch with you.
Because then you're able. It's easier for you to be like, this is normal and this is
This is not.
not.
I don't know what this
I
is.
should do something about that.
I don't like this.
And then other things are like, oh, this is fine.
It's just my crazy.
Yeah, you know. So definitely get to know yourself before you do anything. Before you buy a single herb, try to
Figure out who you are.
get in there.
A lot of people go down this path because they're trying to figure out who they are. But you have to have some sort of inkling as
But
to
like,
who
you also
are.
can't wait for it to tell you who you are.
Right.
You have to go and search for that shit yourself, and then try
Yeah.
to like hone
Figure it out.
hone in on
Fill in
that.
the gaps. You know,
You can't
well,
wait for a spirit to be like, this is who you are in your entirety. This is you and all of it. Here you go. You're not.
No,
Nice.
it's not gonna work that well.
You're gonna figure out
It's
who
just
you are.
letting somebody else tell
every
you who you are.
single day.
Nobody knows you like you do,
Yeah.
and you know who you are. You know what you stand for, what your boundaries are, all that shit. So don't let somebody tell you you're something else. Be who you are. You fucking be you. Be you and be kind. Like that's my slogan for today's episode.
Period.
Be you and be kind. Like
You don't
because
have time
nobody
for the
likes a
other
fucking
shit.
cunt, Karen.
We've
Sorry.
had enough.
But yeah, don't be a cunt, Karen.
Don't be a cunt.
That's that. So yeah, you should just leave it there. Don't be a cunt, Karen.
Don't be a cunt.
some sparkles
Yeah, she's like,
happening.
the more you know.
Don't be a cunt.
But like, also, when you get into stuff, you gotta. There's like a line. Like, don't let other people dictate everything that you do, but like, also listen to people who know better. You don't have to like let them rule your life, but when someone who knows better is like, maybe
Don't
you shouldn't
do that.
do that.
I think there's other steps
You
should
should
take.
probably do something else. Don't be like, no, I know better than you, and you can't tell me what my practice is. It's like, okay, girl.
I'm gonna go sacrifice a goat. What?
Y'all out here petitioning deities that don't want shit to do with
Right.
shit.
They don't even know you.
You
Don't
think
know
you think you can just find a deity and do what you want? They don't fuck with everybody. So
They
if
don't.
you're
especially
not,
if you're not practicing already, like you just read their name on a fucking
if
website,
you're not one of
you're like,
their, if
I'm
you're
gonna
not
pray
one
to them.
of their children,
That bitch is saying, who is at my door? The lights are off.
it's like you got 4 kids, all your kids are in the house, accounted for, and a random child is knocking on your door demanding that you let them in and feed them and clothe them and house them.
Those
You're
are-
gonna look at them like,
Those are them black-eyed kids.
I'm calling defects.
Right. CPS.
Okay, you can't just knock on their door and demand that they do shit for you
So
just
I'm
because you
saying-
left them an offering. They don't give a fuck about that.
So who
are you?
They out there clutching their house coat. Who is at my door?
Knocking
It's
like the
7:30.
police.
It's 7:30. Who is
I
here?
didn't call the cops.
They ain't fucking with you.
And you gonna find out the hard way. So when somebody tell you, hey, leave them alone.
Don't do that.
Leave them alone until they come for you. Until they're like, hey girl.
I'm ready now. I had to put a bra on, bitch. Give me a second.
You know, then you know, go ahead and share and do what you want. But y'all just be taking a liking to DDs you see on the internet like, I want that one.
Really,
It's not Pokemon, baby. You don't get to choose. I chose you. It doesn't work that way. You will get fucked up. And there's a lot of girls online. Some of them are deceased, unfortunately for them, that was out here dipping and diving and shit that had nothing to do with them, didn't ask nobody for no permission, didn't do nothing right. Because a lot of times, y'all just see half the information and you don't realize people that are initiated into these situations know how to properly approach these deities. And y'all just out here on a wing and a prayer. And there's consequences. Some of them are mild. Some of them are mild, like your car might break down. Some of them are more serious.
Your hair might start falling out.
Your hair might fall
Your
out.
teeth fall out.
You might get into an accident. Something bad might happen. And then the worst case of all, you might die.
You die.
That has happened on record to people. So be cautious and, listen. Because you don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. And if there's a lot of people in your community that knows more than you, and they're like, if you do this,
ma'am, I don't want to be your friend no more.
Period. I tell my friends all the time, like, listen.
Don't do that.
If you think for a second you're gonna be associated with me and you're doing that, it's not happening. Because when the juju,
just by association,
when the juju seeps into your bones, I need to be far away.
Just by association?
No. Because
I don't know you like
I want to be on record as telling you to not have done that.
I just worked with her. She wasn't my friend.
I don't know her. Baby, I will go on record telling you not to do it, and the second you do it after I told you not to, we're not friends no more.
No, it's not happening.
Because when it looks for your friends to fuck them up too,
not me. Not I.
It's not gonna pass over my door.
Not I.
It's gonna be like, oh nah, she don't even.
She warned her. She warned her. Alright, so what is that? That's like 32 minutes. My phone's about to start blinking. So, moral of the story: don't be a cunt and know what you're doing.
Try to learn. Learn as much as possible.
Education.
Learn, and learn some more. If you ever get in a rut and you feel like you're not doing enough, go read. Go learn. Because that in itself, that's an act.
Fundamental.
Okay, that's an act of service too. Reading and learning, you have to do that. You're not just gonna know shit.
No, you have to read. Reading is important.
And a lot of people are like, I haven't done a ritual, I haven't done this, and such a time. It's like, okay, well then go read something.
Go take a shower.
Go learn. Right. Go wash your ass.
Go take a shower because that's where I do most of my meditating is when I'm alone.
Me, and that's why my showers. I smoke in the shower too. So.
My showers are long, and I
do all my workings in there. I de-stress. I have concerts. I talk to myself, and I smoke a little bit so I can get right. Get right.
And that's that, I guess.
I'm gonna smoke a little bit right now.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go be our green witch selves. I don't know. We might make another fucking video. Who knows?
You never know, bitch. Listen, because we really just be out here.
We just talking. It's whatever.
Truly. Watching Black China argue with Tokyo Tony. That's a toxic relationship